Good evening from the Channel's newsroom here in London. The US President Donald Trump has slammed his closest neighbour, describing Canada's Justin Trudeau as two-faced. His comments follow an event at Buckingham Palace where the Queen hosted a reception to welcome NATO leaders to the UK. At the event, Trudeau was caught on camera, along with the French President Emmanuel Macron, the Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte and the UK's Boris Johnson, laughing at Trump's expense.
Oh, he's two-faced.
Do you think that Germany's too nice?
And honestly, with Trudeau, he's a nice guy. I find him to be a very nice guy. But, you know, the truth is that I called him out on the fact that he's not paying 2%, and I guess he's not very happy about it.
Last night I made a reference to the fact that there was an unscheduled press conference before my meeting with President Trump, and I was happy to take part of it. But it was certainly notable, and I've had a number of good conversations with the President over the course of this day and yesterday. The relationship between Canada and the United States is extremely strong, and I have a very good relationship with President Trump and his team.
Well, tensions threaten to overshadow the NATO summit as member states marks the 70th anniversary of the alliance. Countries are divided over Turkey's military action in Syria, the levels of military spending, and there were sharp exchanges ahead of the talks between the US and France after Emmanuel Macron described the organisation as brain dead. Hosting the meeting, the British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, called for unity, reminding leaders that it's one for all and all for one in the quest to keep their citizens safe.
70 years on, we are rock solid in our commitment to NATO and to the giant shield of solidarity that now protects 29 countries and nearly 1 billion people. The fact that we live in peace today demonstrates the power of the simple proposition at the heart of this alliance, that for as long as we stand together, no one can hope to defeat us.
Despite their disputes, the leaders issued a joint statement reaffirming their bond, vowing stronger action against terrorism and acknowledging the challenges presented by China.
For the first time, we addressed the rise of China, both the challenges and the opportunities it poses, and the implications for our security. Leaders agreed we need to address this together as an alliance, and that we must find ways to encourage China to participate in arms control arrangements.
The Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has called for the release of innocent unarmed protesters. Thousands of people were reportedly arrested following 2 weeks of violent clashes. They were demonstrating against fuel price hikes after the government raised them by as much as 300%. Amnesty International says more than 200 people were killed. Tehran rejected the claim, saying the group is biased. The Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe says he's shocked by the death of a doctor who was killed in Afghanistan. He paid tribute to Tetsu Nakamura, who had devoted his career to improving the lives of Afghans. The aid agency chief was on his way to monitor a project when the car he was travelling in was ambushed by gunmen. 5 Afghans were also killed in the attack, which happened in the city of Jalalabad. The European Commission President is demanding a thorough investigation into the murder of a journalist in Malta. Daphne Caruana Galizia was killed by a car bomb in October 2017. Under pressure, the country's Prime Minister, Joseph Muscat, promised to step down next month, but a European Parliament delegation says he should do so immediately.
I am concerned by the recent developments in Malta, and we are following the situation very closely. To be very clear on that, we harshly condemn the murder of the journalist Daphne. Her murder was an attack on free media. I expect there to be a thorough and independent investigation, free from any political interference.
And finally, you may remember some hardman images of Vladimir Putin on horseback. Well, now it's the North Korean leader's turn. Kim Jong-un proudly rode a white horse adorned with intricate gold-coloured fittings and government emblems. Accompanied by senior military officers and his wife, the state-run news agency says it's his second visit to a sacred mountain range in as many months. And that's your international news around the world in 5.